Hello everyone, my name is Milia. Welcome to my channel. This is my first update for the Panda palette for 2022. I'm doing the Fantastic Ladies theme this year, which is Size Matters, which is technically you're supposed to pick a palette that's like big or bulky or like awkwardly shaped. And I went with awkwardly shaped. I went with the Makeup Revolution and Friends, the Open the Door palette, and it is, as you can see, shaped like the mirror on the wall, or on the door, of Monica's apartment. So it's very awkwardly shaped and it is big. Um, and yeah. As I said in my introduction, I'm not doing this like very like hardcore, trying to finish this entire palette in a year. I just want to get as much use as I can out of this palette before the next year and the next Panda palette. So yeah. Also, I realized that I forgot to swatch this palette in the introduction, so I have swatched out the palette today. So we will look at that when we look at the palette and how many times I've used each shade and whatnot. But when in the introduction, I hadn't used this palette a whole lot. I didn't have any pans, and I hadn't really used it a whole lot. But this month, I have not used it that much. But we have two pans, and yes, it's in the two easiest shades. We have a pan in the like eyelid like settings shade, and also in the like dark brown shade that I use in my brows sometimes. So it's the two like easiest shades, but I have used almost every shade. I think there's like one shade that I didn't use. But yeah, this is the 3-month update, 3 months in update, and I'm not doing very well, but as I said, I'm not taking it too seriously because I'm panning a lot of other eyeshadows as well. But let's go through these eyeshadows. So, first off, we obviously have this one called Whiskerson. It is the top swatch. You can't really see it. It's just an eyelid setting shade. I have used it 26 times this month, so quite a bit. And I did heat pan on it, which is nice. The next color here called Java. Um, how do I do this with a huge palette? It's this shadow right here, and I use that 3 times. Then we have this shade here called the One Where. I use that once, and it is this shadow right here. Then we have this color called Scientist Guy. I used Scientist Guy just once as well, and it's this color. Then we have Orthodontist, which is this shadow right here. I used Orthodontist 3 times, and this is a swatch of Orthodontist. Then we have Maple Candy, which is one of my more used shadows in this palette. I use it quite a lot as a transition shade. And I have used that 10 times. So it's this shadow right here. Then we have the shade Manhattan, which is the shadow that I didn't use at all. It's it's a pretty shadow, but I didn't use it. So that's a shame. Then we have I take the Rachel, which is this shade, and I use that once. So yeah, it's this shadow right here. I swatched them very awkwardly, but yeah, whatever. Big White Dog, the silver shade, I used once, and it is this shade. It's a really pretty silver. I just didn't wear a lot of silver. The next shadow is the hot pink called Eggplant. And I used Eggplant actually 4 times. So that's quite impressive for a hot pink. Then we have the shade Cups and Ice, which is this one, and I used that 4 times. And it is this lighter pink right here. We have the shade Birthday Flan, which I used twice. Yes, twice. And it's also a really beautiful, like, coppery shimmer shade. And then we have Dr. Drake Ramore, which is this blue shade, and I used that twice as well, and that's like this color right here. Then we have Frank Jr., which is this color. This color. Oh my god. Okay, this color right here. I used that twice as well. Mac and cheese I also used quite a few times. I used that 9 times, and it is this just neutral brown color. Then I have Fancy Guest, which is this one. I used Fancy Guest 5 times, and I actually used Fancy Guest as a blush once, and it was really pretty as a blush, so I will probably do that again. Then we have I'm Fine, which is this shimmer shade right here. I used I'm Fine once. It's this one. It's pretty. And then we have Monana, which was my most used shimmer shade, I think. I used it 3 times, so not a whole lot, but it's this color right here. And then for the last row, I have the list right here, which is this like pink right here. Prom Video, which is this color, and it's swatched right here. Prom Video I used once, and then my most used. No, it's not my most used, but whatever. This shade Apothecary Table. The dark brown I used 23 times. So that is all of the colors. I didn't use them as much as I was hoping I would. In 3 months, that's pretty bad. But again, I just wanted to get more use out of this palette this year, and I feel like I'm using it a whole lot more than I was before this project. So I'm not too upset about it. I am hoping to hit at least a few more pans by the end of the year, and maybe possibly finish this shade. But we'll see. We'll see where the year brings us. But yeah, I'm overall happy with how much I've used the palette. I don't know. But that is my Panda palette update or like the first Panda palette update. I hope you enjoyed the update. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below so you don't miss out on my future updates for this project and the many other projects I'm doing on my channel. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.